Recently, a 14-year-old girl died by suicide because she was embarrassed by her teacher, who forced her to stand outside of class while she was having a period and chased her to go back home because she was dirty. This happened in Kenya just a few days ago. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Sarah Muindi. I'm a counseling psychologist based in Kenya and have been practicing for the last 8 years. Suicide has been a taboo for the African community. We don't talk about it, and when people whose homes have been affected or touched by suicide are seen on the street, they get the side eye and the whispers and the rumors. Now, this month, September, is Suicide Prevention Month, and there has been a lot of conversation around suicide because for so long it has been a taboo that has been affecting us as Africans, and it's about time we started to talk about this. It's about time we opened up a space to talk about suicide and to help people learn and be informed about this taboo topic that no one wants to talk about. Thank God it's September, so we get to talk about it. We will talk about it even when it's not September. Now, the reason we are here, I'm talking to you guys today, is because I want us to begin with suicidal thoughts. I want us to stop this idea that suicide is a taboo, and so we are going to be talking about it. One, I want to start with suicidal thoughts. In sometimes it's called suicidal ideation, thinking about dying by suicide or thinking about suicide or killing oneself or killing yourself. And suicidal thoughts can affect anybody in their lifetime. Like anybody, it doesn't matter whether you're a mental health professional who is thought not to like be susceptible to having or thinking about dying by suicide, to the person who is walking and living on the street. Anybody can be affected by suicidal thoughts, and anybody can have suicidal thoughts. However, thinking about dying by suicide doesn't necessarily mean that this person will die by suicide or end up actually killing themselves. No. The fact that people have suicidal thoughts doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to die by suicide. However, when they begin to elicit or to show suicidal behavior, then there's even more reason for concern. So when we talk about suicidal behavior, I'm talking about feeling excessive sadness. I've done videos around depression, so you know Sarah. When you hear Sarah, you hear depression. But when we talk about excessive sadness for like weeks on end, where this person cannot be cheered up, is completely sad, has no joy, has no hope, and feels trapped, that is a red flag when it comes to suicidal behavior. For us, in the African context, I want to talk about preparation for suicide, because most of us assume that when somebody is thinking about suicide or acting funny, we just throw our hands in the air and say this will pass. But this doesn't always pass, because when somebody starts to prepare for death or for suicide, they will do things like visit their family and relatives to say bye. They'll give away their clothes and their belongings. They'll write notes about things they want done if they're gone. They'll start talking about death a lot. And these are some ways in which people who have been having suicidal thoughts express suicidal behavior by preparing for suicide. The other one that we really trash a lot is threatening suicide. And there's this myth that when somebody threatens suicide, they're just seeking attention. And when you see somebody saying, "I'll see you guys in heaven," you automatically say, there goes the person who wants attention. But no, when somebody is talking about threatening suicide, this is a cry for help. And this means that there is need to reach out and to ask them what is going on. Begin right there. What is going on? Guys, suicide is preventable. It is preventable. And in my next video, we'll be talking about how. So like this video, share it with your friends. Tell me what taboos you've had around suicide, on what experiences you know or have heard about around suicide, because it's time to stop making this conversation a taboo. See you.